is why not reverse the recommendation now that the science is clear with the same vigor
Right.
at which you put it out initially? Why not show some humility? What if the leaders got out there and called CBS Mornings and other morning shows and said, hey, we got something terribly wrong. We really need to correct the record on this. You didn't see that.
Yeah, that's to me on my soapbox. That's really the beef I have with the HRT stuff is the absolute, I mean, megaphone of fear that was promulgated through estrogen hysteria in 2001. And even though if you read the fine print today, many of those people have walked back those recommendations of estrogen avoidance. But again, it's not only is it too little too late, you've got a generation of women, literally a generation of women, over 20 million women who have been deprived of HRT. But even women that are available or eligible to take HRT today, they're still confused because the same megaphone that was used to say estrogen will give you breast cancer is not being used to correct course. So there's an enormous asymmetry in these information campaigns.
And one little piece, I know you've done a great job covering HRT, but one of the guys in that committee, so in the investigative journalism I did around the HRT dogma, before the announcement, there was a committee meeting where they were hoodwinked. And the 40 investigators were basically told, hey, throw out the agenda. We've got some breaking news on this study. It causes breast cancer. We already submitted the journal. It's coming out. And a bunch of guys there are like, what the heck? This is not how we do research, right? One of them, Bob Langer, who I interviewed, had said in a shouting match with the lead investigator, he said, look, if you put something out there as sensitive as breast cancer is caused by HRT, you will never be able to put that genie back in the bottle. And that's exactly what happened. And sure enough, that guy had confessed to me that it did not cause, there were no increase in breast cancer deaths, maybe with a gun to his head when we were, I was doing the interview with him, but
yeah, not a single increase in breast cancer deaths.
Unbelievable.
And that was at the time of publication. That was again demonstrated 9 years later and again demonstrated 20 years later on the follow-up of the same cohort. I can't tell you, Marty, how many times I get asked this question. It is probably the single most prevalent topic of discussion I have in a public setting, like at a dinner or something like that. So it tells me how much incorrect information still exists out there.
It's amazing. There's probably no modern day medical intervention that has improved the health of a population as much as HRT for postmenopausal. But